Guys, next video, we're so excited for this one. If you haven't already, subscribe. Let's dive in. We're talking about anxiety. Are you feeling anxious, scared, confused, overwhelmed? All the above?
All of them. Sometimes we just had that feeling, but you don't know exactly what it is, like that anxious,
It's like your skin's irritated, you start getting headaches, you start feeling tight around your neck.
everything. It's like you don't know actually what it is, and you just feel like something is going on inside your body, but you don't know exactly what it is, and it could be all of the words that you just mentioned before. So let's talk about anxiety today.
But we're not going to do a deep dive. We're just going to skim the surface, and it's something that there's a lot of information out there about, but this is a simple principle and some simple techniques that may help you to identify how you're feeling, and so you can
you have like the control of these things that we're going to talk today. And if you're feeling this way, there are a few tools that you can use to make it better and to like try to bring this feeling down, change your day, change for the next day. So let's talk about it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready for this one. So what are the tools that we can use? So what we say is like you have to ask yourself a few questions when you're feeling this way. So the first question, do you want to explain a little bit about the HALT tool?
So the concept is called HALT.
HALT.
HALT. Who goes there?
HALT. So what's HALT? So we're going to start with the first one. So it's H. So it's about being or feeling hungry.
Oi.
Oh, that's me all the time. So we have to ask yourself, like, actually, is this just anxious that you are, or you're hungry? You haven't had enough food through the day, or you actually had a lot of food like today or the day before, and that's why you're feeling this way.
And it can be not just hunger itself, but more so that energy balance and imbalance. So obviously you've done lots of training and then you haven't eaten, and then something comes up, you're likely to feel more anxious, more overwhelmed, because that energy balance is off in terms of how much you've put out versus how much you put in versus your food. Then you're going to be hungry because there's that imbalance.
Yeah, so it's like you have a really busy day, you weren't training, you did a lot of things, and you didn't have enough food through the day. And then at night you have this big thing, and then you're feeling like anxious. You're like, oh, no, I have this, and I don't know, I feel stressed and all that. But it's actually, ask yourself, like, probably you haven't had enough food. So you need to have something to eat before like actually going to this big thing that you have at night. Or you had just a lot of food through the day because you were like feeling this anxiety thing for the big thing at night, and then you just like blow it, like a lot of food, you're full. So
can be different types of foods as well, because
something that upset your belly, or
maybe you've reached for the chocolate, and then within half an hour your body's broken it down pretty quickly. You've had that sugar rush, your blood sugar levels have gone through the roof, and then all of a sudden you're getting that hungry feeling because the type of food hasn't really satiated you as much. And probably the biggest thing, just to finish on hunger, is breakfast time. It's why we say breakfast time is so important. If you wake up and you're not necessarily fueling your body effectively throughout the day, you're expending energy, whether you're training or not. And so if you get to mid-morning, you get to lunchtime, something stressful comes up, you're likely to feel more anxious and more uncertain, more overwhelmed. You haven't fueled your body. So
first question is just ask yourself, are you hungry? And then what can you do to change this situation? That's the first one. So second one, HALT. What's coming? Next one.
I think it's an A.
An A, oh yeah. Angry.
Oui.
Feeling angry. And sometimes we don't even know that we are angry. So you're feeling this anxious thing, and it's like, second question, are you angry? Are you upset for something? Did something upset you through the day? It was your partner, or it was your kids, your mom, your dad, family member, one of your friends. Something happened to you? Like, what happened? So just ask yourself, are you angry?
And the A should also stand for acknowledgement, acknowledging how you're feeling, right? Acknowledge the anger, acknowledge the thing that may be upsetting you, and then you can deal with it. Because if you don't, then you'll just realize you're angry and don't know why.
That's the more thing. It's like that feeling, but you don't know why. So you just ask yourself, angry, what happened? Like, what upset me in the morning or last night? Like, what happened? Like, sometimes we don't even know. So just try to check on you, just ask yourself, and it's like, oh yeah, probably something happened last night, and that's probably why I'm feeling this way. So what can I do to just make it better, to change it?
I reckon we should change the A to ask. But anyway,
Yeah.
angry. All right. What's the next one?
It's an L.
It is an L. Oh my
It's like,
god.
HALT.
I think it's this one.
Oh, I'm gonna finish this video just myself. Go away. So L for lonely.
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 I would be lonely if you pushed me away.
Lonely. It's not just like, oh, I feel lonely. No. What's lonely?
Well, there's a couple of things. So it's obviously we rely on human connection, not just human connection, but good quality human connection, and that's the main thing with loneliness. Is if you're around people that are what we call like sapping your energy, they're vacuum. So people that are vacuuming your energy, taking your energy away, sapping you, so you just feel drained, and you feel like you've got no energy at all.
Yeah. Right? So it's not just about feeling lonely. Like sometimes, like let's say, Josh works from home, so he's all day at home, like not having contact with anyone. Last time I asked you, I was like you were anxious and you were feeling this well, like probably you need to be out to have some contact, but it's not just go out and be around random people and all these vacuum. It's like you have to be around these batteries people that they're gonna like give you the energy to have a better day, like like this batteries. Not just like, oh, I feel lonely, so I'm just going outside to have some random people outside that they're not gonna give you anything.
Well, that's the difference. So you got the vacuum, then you've got the battery, someone who's recharging you, and that's the idea of a battery. So you probably know this, and if you're listening to this, you're thinking about, fuck, when I talk to this person, I always feel good. They always turn things around, probably because they've got so much positive energy. You're my battery. And your partner and the people you spend a lot of time with should be a battery. And a lot of times, and this is why I think a lot of potential relationships, friendships, they end because they realize that person is not, they're not adding, they're not recharging them. They're simply vacuuming, they're taking the energy away. So it's a really good thing to identify, understand, and then potentially change who and when and how often you connect with these types of people.
So it's a really good question. So you're feeling anxious, you are just having this feeling, and it could be because you're feeling lonely. So to not feel lonely, you need to create these connections with these battery people so you can have that positive energy from them and then recharge yourself to fight with this feeling. So don't feel this way.
Well,
so that's
when do we feel anxious and overwhelmed? Most times at work, because you've got lots of vacuums at work, right? People we don't necessarily, we're not choosing necessarily to hang out with these people. We're choosing to be at that workplace and be involved in that job, that line of work. But then we have all these people around us that are literally sucking the energy out of us. Now, it's up to us to choose how we can connect with these people. It doesn't mean you need to quit the job. It just means you need to engage in people, batteries around you to help that balance, okay, so that you don't become all the time overwhelmed and anxious. What's the last one?
HALT. So the last one is T. I believe that, and it's tired.
That's a good one.
Tired.
Yeah.
So 4 questions that ask yourself is like, are you tired? Did you have enough sleep last night? Did you have enough sleep through the week? Because you could get to Friday and you were really busy the whole week, and then you didn't sleep enough Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, whatever. And then it's like, I just jumped Monday, right? That's a minute. But yeah, that's why probably you're feeling this way, because you body needs some rest, and what can you do to change it? So it's like, oh, probably tonight I can just recover and then have extra hours to sleep so I can feel better tomorrow. It's always about like, all right, I find why I'm feeling this way, so what can you do to change it, right?
Yes, that's the same with all of these, with the H, the A, the L, the T. So yeah, sleep. We know sleep's critical, okay? And it's not just about sleep, quality of sleep, in terms of what we call circadian rhythm, so regularity of sleep. So are you going to bed at 8 p.m. one time, 11 p.m., 3 a.m. Like if your body is constantly out of sync, then that may be affecting how tired you're feeling as well. We know when we're tired, our fuse is shorter. We get irritated more. We get overwhelmed. You combine that with some of these other things, vacuums, people sucking energy. Combine that with, being angry and also hungry, and you got a recipe for disaster. So you should HALT.
HALT. But that's the big question. Like last time, you were feeling anxious and you were just trying to blame something else, like trying to blame because it was a lot of work, a lot of things happening and this and that and that. And I was like, no. let's ask yourself these 4 questions. And then we realized,
and we literally did.
Yeah, and then we did, and then we realized it was like
bit of both.
Yeah,
bit of everything.
Like it was a little bit of a sleep, like not really quality time of sleep.
I was
and
hungry.
then hungry because you didn't have enough food that day, and then you train and all that. And then we were saying like, no, it's because of that. And I was like, no, it's probably these 2 things. So what can we do to change it? So have some food, then you have some food that now you have an extra sleep, and then next day that feeling was pretty much gone. So sometimes we try to blame different things. So it was because this person did that to me, or because I had a lot of work, or just trying to blame things that they are not really causing that in anxiety.
Yeah, you don't think rationally. You do not think rationally when you're hungry, when you're angry, when you're lonely, and when you're tired. You don't think rationally. So when you can address these things and ask yourself these questions, acknowledge them one by one, then no doubt you'll be able to rationally think about these things that you thought were the end of the world, whether it's deadlines at work, whether someone's pissing you off, and you go, it's all right. Okay? Don't blame other people. Look at these other things yourself. Be more accountable to yourself, and then you'll probably be able to handle these things better.
And then you can control these things.
They're in
control. So these 4 questions that you always have to ask yourself if you are feeling this way, that I don't know how to explain that feeling,
Anxiety.
That feeling,
And there's obviously a lot more to it. So remember, there are deeper reasons why people do have anxiety, but for a lot of people, this is something that will be really relevant, and it's something to start with and address, which I'm sure is going to help you. So when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling overwhelmed, you should halt. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned for the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. We're going to keep submitting some great content. If you have any suggestions, let us know. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Voila.
See you guys.
Have a great day.